Hey guys, this is Casual Free-to-Play Gaming. In today's video, we're going to discuss my top 2 civilizations for free-to-play and a couple honorable mentions. And then at the end, we're going to discuss what I consider a specialty kingdom. So since this is a guide for casual free-to-play, we need all the help we can get to get up to level 22 if it's a farm, or 25 if it's your main or a second alt account, or if you want a level 25 farm account. Also, the civilizations that I'm picking depends on if you're going to go to a new kingdom where you have potential to have war and battles versus an older kingdom where it's going to be relatively peaceful and you just want to do a farm account for your main or a secondary account for your main who's already on that kingdom where you can help and support them. And also my recommendations are for casuals who have limited time to play. If you can log in once a day and twice a day, that's going to be more of a casual. And there are some people who are free to play who can log on more than that. And the more you can log on, the faster you're going to grow. That's just the way it is. So down below, I'll have a couple links for YouTubers who've already done civilizations that are more geared towards war, more geared towards a starter account, more geared towards a jumper account. But for me, this is a casual free to play. Also in this video, I'm not going to discuss every civilization because for free to play, a lot of these civilizations are for the end game or is irrelevant to how a free to play plays. So these civilizations are geared if you log in for twice a day. All right, so let's start with my honorable mention. Japan, that is the kingdom. Next to it is the starting commander, which is Kusunoki. And Kusunoki is this portrait here. And then down here are your civilization skills. These are the skills that your civilization would have if you pick this civilization. Right here is your special units. We do not need to worry about special units at this point because those will be a T4 unlock and we have to go through T1, T2, T3. So this is going to be quite a while. This will be months down the road. For Japan and Kusunoki, this is an honorable mention for this skill right here. If you are a person who can be casual, free to play, and active, and what I mean by active is with your farmers, because one of the key resources in this game is food, wood, stone, and gold, and you're going to need to be gathering this all the time. If you can send out your marches, set your timer for how long ever it takes for your march to get back to resend them out, and do this all day. So you're going to send out your march, set your time, log off the game. When your timer comes on, you're going to log on the game, resend out your march, set your clock, log off the game. If you can do that several times a day, Japan is a great civilization because you'll gather resources faster throughout the day. If you're logging on once or twice a day, this civilization is worthless to you because by the time you send out your marches and you come back 8 hours later or 12 hours later or 24 hours later, your march has already been back for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. So this is only good if you're a casual free-to-player who is active and who can set your timer and keep gathering resources all day long. The next honorable mention is France with Joan of Arc. Now, if you look at these skills down here, increase troop health, wood gathering speed, and hospital healing speed by 20%. Now, these stats are good if you're doing KVK later in the game, which is kingdom versus kingdom, and you have a lot of hospital bills, which during KVK you will. So this kingdom is more of a later game, but the commander is a gathering commander. Now, a gathering commander will go out and get your resources faster. So remember with Japan, we got resource gathering speed by 5%. Joan of Arc will go out there. She'll gather resources faster and bring them back faster so you can send her out many times a day. Joan of Arc is a good commander if you already have a main and you're looking for a farm account and you're on a peaceful kingdom. But France for a casual free-to-play is not a good kingdom. You want Joan of Arc. This is why this is an honorable mention. All right, let's go to my last honorable mention. Okay, my last honorable mention is Germany. Germany is a great civilization if you're active. You got troop training speed by 5%, and you got action point recovery by 10%. So action points is what you can do against player versus environment content. So going out killing your barbarians, killing barbarian forts, doing special events, you have to spend action points. And when your action points reaches 0, you cannot do any more PvE content. So you have to wait for your action bar to recover, and this will go by 10% faster. Herman as a commander is an okay commander. He's a garrison commander, so he can sit on your wall. But Herman and Kusunoki both have a short lifespan. You will use them for 1 or 2 KVKs, maybe all the way up to Season of Conquest, but by then there's going to be so many stronger commanders that these guys really fall off. Joan of Arc, which is your gathering commander, she will last through the whole game. So that is one commander that you don't have to worry about because you will use that commander daily. So this brings us up to my number 1 and number 2 pick, and it depends on your play style how you're going to choose. Now, the first one is Britain, and Britain has a troop training speed of 5%. So Germany and Britain both let you train your troops faster. Britain also has attack power for archers and garrison capacity by 20%. That's useless for us as casual free-to-play. Now, with the civilization, this is another one where you're looking at the commander. The commander is what you call a peacekeeping commander. Peacekeeping commanders kill barbarians, kill barbarian forts, and do special events cheaper than it would cost other commanders, so you're not burning down your action points as fast as you would on another commander. A lot of commanders like Boudica that fall in the peacekeeping tree give you bonus experience for killing barbarians. So Boudica gives you a 20% experience gain for each barbarian you kill. So on these other commanders, if you kill a barbarian and you get 100 experience, with Boudica you're going to get 120 experience. So Boudica not only levels up faster, she also, once you get to level 10 and do a special trick, which I'll show you, or you get to level 20, you get to unlock a second commander. When you unlock a second commander, Boudica and the second commander will both get the XP bonus. So you're saving action points per barbarian killed. It costs cheaper to kill barbarians, forts, and special events. And peacekeepers do extra damage against barbarians and barbarian forts. So this is why Boudica is my number 2, a casual free-to-play. Because a casual free-to-play doesn't have a lot of time, and we want to maximize our time, and by getting our commanders up higher, faster, we're going to maximize our time. Now, there's a caveat with Britain, which you're going to do at level 10, and I'm going to discuss this in a few. But I'm going to go to my number 1 choice for free-to-play casual, civilization. All right, so my number 1 civilization for free-to-play casual is China, for 2 reasons. The civilization bonuses and the commander. China will start out with a building speed increase by 5%. So if this count is your main, if this count is your secondary, if this count is your farm, you need to build your buildings up as fast as you can to reach either level 22 for a farm, or 25 for a main, 25 for a secondary count, or if you want to boost your farm up to 25, this will help you get there faster. When you're starting out, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're talking days to build a building, 5% adds up. Plus you can get a building rune, plus you can get a kingdom buff. So all these points will start adding up in the end. Now the second thing is China also has action point recovery. So if you log in twice a day, by the time you log back in 12 hours later after work or school, your action points are going to be built up faster because of that 5%. Now the reason why China is my number 1 besides the building speed is for Sun Tzu. This is the best commander epic-wise, and in Rise of Kingdoms, like a lot of games, you have green commanders or green equipment. You have blue commanders, blue equipment. Purple commanders, purple equipment. Gold commanders, gold equipment. Every single one of these commanders you see is going to be a purple commander, which means Sun Tzu is going to have a very long shelf life as a commander. He's a garrison commander, which means he can sit on your wall and protect your garrison. He's a field fighting commander. He can go out and fight in the field. He's what you call an area of effect commander. So you have direct damage versus area effect. So that's what makes him great if you're starting out in a new kingdom and you might have to do war, which more than likely you will because you have to fight up to the center, and then you got KVK. Or if you start in a peaceful kingdom, Sun Tzu will help you in a thing called Expedition, where you have to fight different bosses up from level 1 to level 80, which will help you unlock a gathering commander, and it will help you unlock a legendary peacekeeping commander. Not only does that help, but it also helps with these quests that you're going to get to unlock a lot of gems faster, because you have to do certain levels of expedition to rise up in these quests, and every time you build your city hall higher, you get more gems. And the key is to get up to VIP 6 as fast as you can so you can unlock your second builder. So that covers my number 1 and 2 civilization and my honorable mentions. Now let's go to the caveat of Britain. Some people will unlock Britain to get Boudica. At level 10, we will get a free item called a civilization change, which you can switch your civilization, and you can either switch it from Britain to China to get that building speed, which a lot of people do. So now you have a peacekeeper commander with China's 5% building speed, which will help you build your buildings up faster. Which leads me to the second choice, and this is Spain. Spain is what I call my specialty civilization. I'm going to explain why. So at level 10, you can get your peacekeeper. You can move over to Spain, and you will get these bonuses here. Increase cavalry defense by 5%, experience gain from barbarians and other natural units by 10%, and resource production by 20%. Now to me, this is one of the best civilizations in the game. The commander Pelagius is pretty good. He's another garrison commander. He's a cavalry field fighter, but he does not have the longevity as, say, Sun Tzu. He does not have the longevity of Boudica, because Boudica is a peacekeeper commander, but you're going to use her or other peacekeeper commanders every day to kill barbarians, to kill forts, or you can use a peacekeeper to run PvE events. And Joan of Arc is another commander you're going to use every single day to collect resources. So back to Spain with Boudica. Boudica gives you a 20% increase experience for killing barbarians. Spain gives you 10%. So you combine the two, now you're getting 30% more experience for killing barbarians. What really makes this civilization great is resource production by 20%. Now, I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't understand the importance of resource production. If you're a free-to-play, logging in once a day or twice a day is the best, because you're going to get maximum value from this civilization with your resource production by 20%. Now, unless you run the numbers, you won't understand how good this is. So I got the numbers here on a graph, and let me show you. Now, this may be hard to see, but I have it broken down into two categories. This is for a level 25 farm, which is fully maxed out on all 4 wood, all 4 gold, all 4 stone, all 4 food, which means all the nodes, all 4 of them are level 25. So if you have a level 25 farm, and you're going to add a 24-hour food, wood, stone, gold boost, which is 25%. This is what these numbers reflect. So you can get a rune to help with another 10% or 15%, but those are iffy, and you may not get those every day. But the 25% boost you can add every day. The second one is Spain civilization with 20% production bonus, and add in the 24-hour food, wood, stone, gold bonus of 25%. So with Spain, you're going to get 20% from your civilization, and another 25% from the boost, which gives you 55% production per hour. So let's look at these numbers. If you have one level 25 node, it gives you 20,800 food, 20,800 wood, 15,600 stone, and 10,400 gold per hour on one node. Well, if you add all 4 of those together, it gives you 83,200 food, 83,200 wood, 62,400 stone, 41,600 gold per hour. Now, if you add the 25% bonus, you are looking at 104,000 food, 104,000 wood, 78,000 stone, and 52,000 gold per hour. Okay, that doesn't seem like a lot, but then when you go down to Spain for the same thing, you get Spain's 20% bonus, which takes this from 20,800 to 24,960. You're going to get 99,840 food, 99,840 wood, 74,888 stone, 49,920 gold per hour. Then you add your 25% boost. You're going to get 124,800 food, 124,800 wood, 93,600 stone, and 62,400 gold per hour. That doesn't seem like big numbers. In one day's time, 24 hours, with a normal civilization, you're going to get 2.5 million food, 2.5 million wood, 1.8 million stone, 1.2 million gold. With Spain, you're going to get close to 3 million food, 3 million wood, 2.2 million stone, 1.49 gold per day. This is just logging in twice a day to collect your production nodes. Now, the difference is your production resources are the resources within inside your city walls. Now, when we go back to Japan and Joan of Arc, who goes out and gathers resources, they are gathering outside of your city. So with resource gatherers, you need to log in constantly to make the biggest bang for the buck. Every time your alarm goes off, you need to get on and send your farmers back out. This is how you make the most resources with your farmers. So with Spain, you do absolutely nothing. You just log on twice a day to collect your resources. You can log on once a day, but your resources will hit a cap, and everything after that is just wasted resources. So you want to log on when you wake up in the morning, and you want to log on before you go to bed. Preferably to wake up in the morning, kill barbarians or run barbarian forts or do your special events. Let your AP build up while you're logged off for the day. Log back on at night, burn your action points down again, and collect your resources. All right, so we're still not convinced, right? So my chart over here is a difference. So the difference between having Spain and another civilization per day is almost 500,000 food, 500,000 wood, 374,000 stone, 249,000 gold. In a week, the difference between the two is 3.4 million food, 3.4 million wood, 2.6 million stone, 1.7 million gold. Within a month, you're looking at a difference of 15 million food, 15 million wood, 11 million stone, 7 million gold. And like I said, in between the KVK cycles, you're looking at 89 million food, 89 million wood, 67 million stone, and 44 million gold. That's the difference between a regular civilization and Spain. That's why this is one of my favorite civilizations as a casual free-to-play, because you are getting paid for absolutely doing nothing but logging into the game twice a day. All right, so let's recap. Every single commander that you see on the starting civilization, you will unlock over time. So you do not have to worry about getting Sun Tzu and being stuck with Sun Tzu forever. Only thing that this does is you will level Sun Tzu up faster than you will these other commanders. That's all a civilization does for you in the beginning with your commander, is you'll get that commander, and through quest, you will level him up faster or her up faster. If you start with France, you get Joan of Arc, you'll level her up faster. And then if you switch to China, you'll keep Joan of Arc and keep leveling her up faster, while getting the benefits of this civilization. So don't worry about the commanders off the bat. And if you make a mistake, don't worry about that too, because at level 10, you can switch over. So if I start a new account, I'll start with China, because I get Sun Tzu, which I told you is great for expeditions, open field fighting, garrison. I'll level my buildings up to level 25. Once all my buildings are level up to 25, I'll switch over to Spain, because by this time I usually have a cavalry commander, because those are some of the easiest to unlock at first. I'll keep leveling up my farmers up to level 27, and then I'll level them up to 37. And then as casual free to play, you're not going to have so many legendaries like everybody else. So you'll continue to level up your purples, you'll continue to level up your peacekeepers, you'll continue to level up your farmers until they're all level 60. So this will help you out. Or I will start out with Britain. I'll get Britain to level 10. Then I'll either switch to China or I'll switch to Spain. It really depends on what you want to do. If you're going to a newer kingdom where you're going to have war a lot, you definitely want to pick China. So I hope that explains my thoughts on my number 1 and number 2 civilization, and what I consider my specialty civilization. Because as a casual free to play, Spain in the long run is going to give you a lot of resources, which you're going to need for healing, which you're going to need for building, which you're going to need for research, which you're going to need for building your troops. If you're a farmer, that's going to give you a lot of resources for your main. Spain is such an amazing civilization for free-to-play casuals. All right, and so my next video, I'm going to make 2 accounts. I'm going to have China starting out, and I'm going to have Britain starting out, and I'm going to level those up. And at level 10, I'm going to switch Britain over to Spain, just to show you how much more resources you're going to get daily versus China. But China is going to build a lot faster. But China's also going to run out of resources faster. See how it works? So I'm going to show you this, because this is all theory until I put it into practice, which I'm going to do for you guys. So it's going to be interesting to see my thought process and how well it works. I'll see you in the next video when I make 2 accounts. All right, thank you.